In this sublesson, we're going to explore and use page backgrounds, and we're going to explore and use themes. So once again, we will go ahead and get our Power BI desktop file open that is going to support this sublesson, and wait a moment. Okay, so we are on the Power BI desktop here now, and what we want to do here first is we're going to add in a page background and import a theme into our Power BI desktop file. And the reason we want to do this is often one of the first things that we do when we go onto any client site to do work with Power BI is we want to work with the branding department or the marketing department to get what the corporate branding guidelines are. So what types of colors they use, their fonts, acceptable logos, different spacing things they want to do the logos. Because as we build reports out, one of the best ways that we can gain some attraction to our reports and initial interest is by following the corporate standards. So what we're going to do here in this sublesson is actually go ahead and import a page background and a theme file so that we can influence the colors we're going to use and the various fonts. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to import our page background. So what I'm going to do here is with the reporting canvas having focus, and right now it's the only object there, so it's the only thing we have to worry about, is I'm going to click on the format over here under the visualizations pane. I'm going to go to the page background card right here, and down below here I'm just going to click this add image. And the first thing we're going to do here is we're just going to choose this dashboard background number 1 and click open, and nothing really appears to happen at this point. So we need to actually configure a few things here. What we're going to do is knock the transparency down to 0, and we can see that something is now starting to show up in behind the scenes there. And we're going to go to image fit right here and change that to fit. Now we can see we have an image sitting in the background where we can start laying out some of our visualizations. So what we're going to do next here is go ahead and import our theme file. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the theme file ready for import. But before we do that, I just want to show you what the theme file is going to do because it's not immediately apparent when we initially import the theme file. So the way I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the color palette as it stands right now. So this is the default color palette within Power BI. So I'm going to go and import our theme file, and we're going to see that the default color palette is going to actually change to the corporate colors that we're actually choosing to use for this exercise. So what we're going to do is we are going to go up to the ribbon and get our theme file imported. So we do that by going to the view pane, and we can see right here the very first group of commands is the themes. So we can see a bunch of out-of-the-box themes here. So I'm just going to click this little drop-down box to the right-hand side of the themes. We can see the theme that is in place for this current report and a series of other themes that are available. What I want to do here is I'm actually just going to choose this browse for themes because we've actually created a theme.json file that has our corporate branding colors. So we're just going to go ahead and open that, give it a moment here. It's actually going to take a sec to import. We're going to get a message that the theme was successfully imported, but once again, nothing really appears to have changed. So I'm going to go ahead and click close and then take us back over to the color palette here. And now we can see the default color palette has changed to the corporate branding standards for our organization. Okay, so now when we move our way through the rest of the reporting, that is the color palette that is going to be available for us as we start configuring our reports. Okay, that brings us to the end of the sublesson on creating page backgrounds and importing theme files.